Management of cracking soils is a real nightmare to the most experienced growers around the globe who produce flip-flop yields despite the great effort. Why is that? That's because of clay mineral, usually montmorillonite or smectite or both, which on drying actually crack wide and deep. And then when they do that, they shred the roots and losing moisture rapidly from great depth, not from the surface. If you're lucky you have irrigation, you can replenish that water quickly and easily. But shredded roots don't recover easily and your crops suffer drought stress under irrigation. Cracks close on wetting when they compress or squash the roots. The soil becomes soft, sticky, impermeable and impassable for machinery. And we have a problem. So how do we manage it? There are many ways, none of which applies universally because one size doesn't fit all. So you have to dig a pit to find out what's below your feet. Observe and measure it. If you didn't measure it, you don't know the best way to manage it because your actions and your choices are based on guesswork and speculations, but not on facts, figures and measurements. It's now very important to understand how cracking soil actually works. So let me try explain in a very simple way. When cracking soil start drying, they create on the surface tiny granular stuff which can be easily moved even by the wind. But as cracks start opening, that stuff by gravity fell down to the bottom of the cracks. So surface soil goes to the bottom. Now, when it's raining, water also bypass surface and fell by gravity to the bottom of these cracks. Whole stuff starts swelling and cracks are trying logically close into previous position, but they can't because of that surface material which fell to the bottom. And then start some bulging and they're lifting those elements and pushing them in all directions because minimum resistance is up. So think of it this way. They virtually swallow their surface and then they get wet, they're throwing it out. When that is repeated time after time, that's how they self-mixing themselves and creating that wavy surface called gilgai, in which there are extremes, very dry, very wet areas. What is happening actually? There's a runoff from the high area of small mounds and accumulation of these things in depressions. No wonder then this one is too dry, that one is too wet, and we end up with the flip-flop yields. Hold on, but that's not all, because there are many areas around the globe where gilgai didn't develop. So you presume your soil is good and you have no idea it's a nasty cracking clay. So imagine you invest a couple of $100 million in your project and then find out it doesn't work. That can be costly exercise. However, if you do a proper soil survey and mapping based on ground truthing by soil profiling, which means digging soil pits, not that rubbish from up there, remote sensing, cadabra. No, real measurements. Then you will know what's below your feet. You will know where is a good, where is a bad, where is ugly soil. You can choose the right strategy that suits your soils, different parts of your land, because one size doesn't fit all. You can then easily turn your land from this into this. Choice is yours.